Hello everyone and welcome to Omindfulness.com. We're here to share a guided meditation and I'm very pleased you're here. Your presence counts. We're here to support each other in our formal mindfulness practice. So some of you will be familiar with the principles of mindfulness. For those of you who aren't, it's about being in the moment and being here kindly and with acceptance. So we put aside that big stick and the criticisms and we allow ourselves to be with the moment, with ourselves, and accept things just the way they are. So that's easy to do, easy to say, but it takes a certain amount of practice. And we're here to do just that. I'm going to guide you in 10 minutes, mindfulness of the breath. And I encourage you to be gentle and kind and take a warm-hearted attitude to your meditation practice. It helps to sit in a dignified posture. It brings us into a focused frame of mind. And feel free to move if you need to. And if you move, move mindfully, aware of the body. When we're ready, closing our eyes for 10 minutes, mindfulness of the breath. Allowing our attention to move into the body and becoming aware of the physical sensations present. There may be feelings of pressure where we're sitting. There may be warmer zones, cooler zones, places where we're less in touch with the physical feelings. We simply survey and encourage our attention to settle into the world of the senses, actually feeling the body sitting rather than thinking about it. Being curious, being attentive, and interested. Doing this practice as if it mattered, which it does. Being here, experiencing the now, enables us to live our life as it unfolds, to be present and experience the moment. And once we've landed in the body, we invite our attention to the breath. Changing nothing, observing the natural flow, allowing the body to breathe all by itself. Staying close to the breath, following the flow all the way in and all the way out. Maybe aware of the belly filling, emptying, maybe aware of the ribs rising and falling. Perhaps we can feel the caress of air in the throat, in the nostrils. Witnessing the body breathing and thus being present for each moment. Nothing else to do but practice the valuable skill of actually being here with attention, with engagement. This is the only moment where life happens. And with this practice, we make sure to be there, not to miss it, or at least not to miss all of it. Coming back as many times as is necessary when the mind wanders. And coming back with kindness, without judgment, knowing that each time we notice we've gone, we come back and we perfect our capacity to be in the moment in a loving and accepting way. Knowing at the same time there is no perfect way to meditate. And we can always be more present. And whatever we experience, however focused our practice or not. It's really okay. It's okay to be where we are right now. Experiencing this breath and this one. The rise and fall, the expansion, the letting go, the wandering mind, the returning. Being here as best we can, and riding on the vehicle of the breath. Just a few more breaths in mindful awareness, with extra warmth, extra self-compassion. Being in the moment and with ourselves, just exactly the way we are. And opening our eyes when we're ready, being aware of that transition too, and knowing that we've just done something very good for ourselves. It's time and effort well spent to establish the practice of mindful awareness, to grow the neurons in the right places in our minds so that we come out of the old ruminating, anxiety provoking places into a state of creativity, of awareness, of seeing the world as a friendly place. And last week we talked about the tendency for old habits to re-emerge, for old programs to come up and sabotage our day, and the awareness that's necessary to see what's happening, to check whether that's a reasonable place to be or a good place to go, and to make some decision as to whether we want to stay on that train of thought which is linked to old, sometimes negative thought patterns. So I would just encourage you to take those ideas and that intention to notice the old patterns, really take it into your week and see what you notice this week. Last week I was talking about old patterns of overwhelm and how I was able to, with the encouragement of a friend, to remind me to be here and to do what I'm doing with awareness, with mindfulness, with loving kindness, and come out of those old patterns which can have a sort of life of their own. So this week I noticed new patterns, or I noticed again old patterns that came up anew. And even if it takes a little while, we can check in with ourselves and we can notice what's there, and we don't have to be a slave to it. We don't have to go down those old, well-worn paths of rumination and negative thought. Even if it starts with mindful awareness, we can come into the body, come into the moment, treat ourselves with loving kindness, and get some distance, get some space between ourselves and those negative thought patterns, those old programs. So I wish you a mindful week full of mindful moments, and please feel free to check out the Omindfulness.com website for classes, retreats, and more. Thank you very much for being here. Your presence really counts, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye for now.